McGrath is such a crazy, like an anomaly, right? Because you think like Stanton, McGrath. You put those two dudes next to each other in a lap. That was a year later. That's how big of a jump the sport took from Stanton to McGrath. Like, that's almost like an alien landing on Earth and then riding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like an incremental.
Completely different. It's like two different sports almost. It's almost like comparing Supercross to MXGPs, dude. But just a different way of approaching the racing. Like the contrast between MXGP and Monster Energy Supercross. Now you got Jeff Stanton, who literally would die training, and an MC quietly working behind the doors, maybe not to the level, but relying on a lot of talent also, I feel like. I mean, definitely put in the work. You don't win that many championships by not working your tail off.
But he just rode the bike differently.
Yeah.
Like, and you see, I mean, dude, Alex is a good example. Like, he doesn't train ever, barely rides, but he's very good at riding the motorcycle to where it's like a very smooth, very like, and the guy can just pump out a bunch of motos and I feel like Jeremy was like, when you're this efficient and when you're this precise and when you have this much flow and when you're doing it so easy, you almost don't need that much fitness in a sense. And even I wonder how,
because you're so efficient.
Exactly. And I even wonder with Jet sometimes, like the way Eli rides his motorcycle, like you have to be crazy fit. The way you rode a motorcycle.
Yeah, you have to.
You had to be crazy fit. I wonder how fit Jet even has to be because of how perfect his riding style is. You know, and I think McGrath just had
so
that
efficient.
Alien level efficiency and just like completely changed
Definitely
everything.
Compared to the guys that he was racing with. There's no doubt about that. No doubt. Then the younger generation started to come up, the Villemans, the Lusks of the world, and I think was more of a challenge for them, you know, but they just didn't have that championship form and the tangibles to get it done in a 16-race championship. It's funny. So people always say, look what you did, RC, you ruined it. You got everyone's training now, and I blame MC because he was so good. For me to be able to beat him, I had to overwork because I lacked on the bike ability. Again, I had good ability, but not to the level of him. And when I say that, I'm meaning it like if you go out on a Supercross course and you do this gnarly rhythm section, he's going to be able to do it way more frequently with way less prep, where I'm going to have to do so many repetitions to get it right. So see what I'm saying? Yeah. So he just had a natural ability, and he took advantage of that. And so I knew like the only way I was going to beat this guy is if I had a little bit more speed, because I knew I never going to have the technique. And if I could just be in better shape than him, then you know that would make up for the lack of bike ability, I feel like.
Because that's, I think, what talent is. In a way, is because I've been obsessed with like, what even is talent? How are you talented?
Have you?
Well, because I didn't have any.
Oh, come on,
so
dude.
I want to look at the people, not for motorcycle. I feel like I'm talented in other ways, but like I wanted to race motocross, and there was no chance, you know. And so it's like,
like what separate you from me? Like growing up, and I mean, obviously, maybe I had more opportunities to ride, but if we imagine you and I being 7 years old and we're like, okay, we're gonna do everything the same. See, and you know, like what would be the difference?
I think like, so my brother's a great example, right? So my brother's quite naturally talented for motocross. So he's a lot better than me. And I felt like exactly what you said, like you had to do so many reps. Like I went and rode Paris last night. So fucking shit. Wasn't even fun for me to do because...
But you went anyways.
Well, I wanted to go take the boys to have a ride. You know, they've been grinding. But before World Vets, I was riding so much. I think I did like 70 something 20-minute motos in 2024 or 2023, whenever it was. And I got better. Like I actually got a lot better. But I knew, and that's what, when I was a kid, I just knew I didn't ride enough. I was the kind of person where if I don't do it every single day and grind and grind and grind, I can't be good. So that's what I think talent is, right? So then my brother, dude, he'll have 6 months off riding, and he could have gone to Paris last night and been within a little bit of what he was when he was training. So what you said, I think that makes a lot of sense with me. Right. But I just think, yeah, maybe with the sacrifice that your parents made and the what they had, like, I mean, I rode once every 2 weeks as a kid.
Yeah.
And wanted to be pro.
Yeah, that's not enough.
It ain't getting it.
Maybe if you had your brother's talent, like you're telling me about, it'd be different.
But I think that's what talent is. I think that there's some people that have the ability to like do it to a certain level, whether they do it once a month, once every 3 weeks, and then there's other people that they have to do it every single day. And then in jiu-jitsu, like I could not do jiu-jitsu for 6 months, go and do jiu-jitsu, and I'm not that far off where I was. So that's a thing. And the first,
why do you think that is as compared to moto?
Don't know. That's the first day I did it. I was like, oh fuck, this is like I think this is what it's like to have a natural talent.
Dude. So I always wanted to play instruments, right? Like guitar. Okay. Dude. And I love music, right? It doesn't matter what kind, you name it. Yeah, oh yeah, I've done piano lessons, guitar lessons, everything. And I can't play by ear, so I have to read music in order to play it. And for I just, it's so hard to read music and play and read, and it's so frustrating to me because I feel like I have a sound for music, little nuances in songs. I'm like, oh, dude, listen to that. That's a nice little riff right there. And like some people can't even hear it. And I'm like, it pisses me off so bad that I can't play. It's just like,
So you feel like
I wish I had that talent to play an instrument by ear.
Have you ever done learned music theory?
No.
That's what
I didn't even know what you're even music theory.
Yeah. So all right. We'll go on just a little side note here, into a little sidebar. So, dude, to play by ear, you need to learn music theory and like intervals and different, like, you can kind of go deep. I reckon if you spend a year studying like actual theory, so like what's a first, what's a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, how everything kind of comes together, and then if you know something's in like if it's in the key of C, then you start with C, and you'll hear there's only a certain intervals that you can play, and then so that's how you actually figure out playing songs by ear. Yep. You're probably missing like a little bit of music theory because I've played guitar forever.
That sounds.
I'll send you some links.
You got to send me.
I'll send you some links.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.